Alright, so, last time on Horrible D&D Time, after subduing Tyrell Bladestone and shipping him off with City Watch, the group split off. Eamon returned Zarl to his family, and the rest of the group headed towards the Trades Ward. While out, Eamon received a message telling him to report to the Church of Tyr to face judgment for interfering with the investigation being helmed by the Knight Commander, Renault Dawnsword. Eamon rushes to the church and is faced with the Knight Commander. He was ordered to stop investigating and to await trial regarding his status as a paladin in the church. Eamon, using his knowledge of church traditions, instead challenged Renault to a duel, just as Renault had challenged Eamon's father all those years ago. The two faced off, but before people had a chance to react, it was over. Eamon stood victorious. Renault laid on the ground with his sword arm removed. Minerva called the duel and granted Eamon his leave. Reunited, the crew went to book themselves into the fighting arena that was said to be on the lookout for Brotherhood recruits. The group came out to find that they would fight a zombie beholder and a few chimeras. The group overcame the monsters and were victorious. They were then led into a back room, where two tieflings greeted them. One, a scruffy-looking man with a beard and mischievous grin. The other, a stern-looking woman with an undercut, whose skin and hair was the same color as Riley's. The woman smiles and says, "Well, you certainly put on quite a show there. You defeated those monsters so easily. And it seems you got the proper password in order. Well, welcome to the Brotherhood." She pauses and takes a good look at you all. A small smile crosses her lips. "Or that's what I would say, if you were all actually interested." The man shoots a glance at her, looking puzzled. You see him lean over between clenched teeth says, "Lilac, what are you doing?" Riley, you're suddenly hit by the realization, looking at this man, that you've seen him before. Though you remember him being under a cloak, that beard and shining eye stir up a memory of a man who handed you that staff all those years ago. Phew, look at them. They all match the descriptions of the folks hiding our little princess. She pauses and looks at you, Riley, still in your furball disguise. Except you. She tilts her head, and her eyes soften a bit. Is that you, Riley?
Riley is just like confused. I guess. Bewildered and confused.
What are you talking about? We're totally interested in joining the Brotherhood.
No, it is me. Oh shoot, what was the name that I said was? It was like something Raiders.
It was something dumb.
Character.
Our team name was the Oakland Raiders.
Yeah, Oakland Raiders is me. That's my name.
Wait, I thought
not
that was
Riley.
her
I don't know
team
who that is, but she sounds cool.
She just kind of starts chuckling and rubs her forehead. She goes, "You act just like Aiden." Look, you don't have to hide.
Who?
I promise, we're not going to take you to see her. And she tries
Can
to
I insight check that?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Zelphine would like to also, and she has had her hand on her sword this entire time. Just watching.
Fair.
Let's see.
Yeah, 21 from Zelphine.
No, so my sheet's all fucked up. Insight
Hello.
check. I don't have advantage because I'm not attacking things.
You're not.
3 from me. Good.
Okay, so Brimstone, you look at this lady and you're like, you can't get a read on her at all. But Zelphine, you take one look and you can see that she's genuinely very in this moment. She's telling the truth here. But Riley, did you roll insight?
Actually, yeah, I was going to.
Seeing as you're the one that's right up in there.
Oh yeah, right up in the biz. Oh yeah, my insight's good. That is a 20... Math, hold on. 23, I think? Yeah, 23.
Oh yeah, but that, you, like, not only looking at this woman, she seems exceptionally genuine. You see, like, that's the similarities in her face, and you immediately cling that there's a family resemblance between her, you, and Wesley.
Okay, yeah. She'll take down the disguise, and she'll go, is this... Do I have more family members I don't know about? What is happening?
She does kind of look like you.
She, like, tries to, like, reach for your hands to clasp them, and she goes, "Did Wesley not mention I'm your aunt? I'm Lilac."
Ah!
And
He kind of failed to mention that!
he briefly mentioned in his, like, description that Lilac was the one that told him that your parents were dead.
To be fair,
that's right.
we were very frequently doing a lot of very high stress things around Wesley, so like I don't blame him for forgetting.
That the boy does have a bit of an anxiety problem.
I mean,
It runs in the family.
Given what we're dealing with, I don't really blame him. You know, given the stakes that we're at, we kind of threw him into something very, very big.
She just kind of smiles and goes, "You both, if you got that anxiety too, you really are Aiden's son, daughter, both of you." And she just kind of gets flustered for a second. Look,
Ooh, actually... Oh, yeah?
you came here looking for an end to the Brotherhood, aren't you? They're still trying to hunt you. I thought maybe you could get away from here anywhere. I thought Wesley was going to get you away, but that clearly didn't work.
Yeah, well, I tried, and somehow I did end up coming back here somehow. I think
we
the
did end
universe
up-
said nope.
Yeah, we did end up really far afield, to be fair. And then we just
Yeah,
ended
we
up
were in a whole
tucking
nother
back.
dimension.
We were in 2 other dimensions.
I led an army. It was hard.
Yeah, like we did a lot of different shit. And then we ended up back in.
We've been through some shit.
She, like, looks back at Hugh, and Hugh just kind of, like, shrugs. She looks back. Now that I think about it, perhaps Wesley neglected to mention I was here, because I am still a bit of a double agent right now. Been trying to help Wesley take down the Brotherhood, but gotta have a man on the inside, and that's us.
Oh, that's rough, to say the least.
Oh, not a day goes by where I don't want to strangle Radiance's damn fool neck for what she did to my family, but...
Eamon taps a sword. Is like, I can do you one better than strangling.
Oh, a sword is so... impersonal. I'd rather get... punching hands. I'm really good at kicking.
Oh, you're a monk.
Dang. Correct.
And you hear Hugh go, "Yep, she's real good at kicking." And he looks away for a second.
Is there something going on here?
Did she kick your ass sometime?
She totally kicked my ass.
This guy's pretty good at kicking, and then I'm gonna tap Brimstone on the back.
I'm kind of better at. I kind
Grappling.
of do like whatever. I wouldn't say that kicking specifically is like my jam. You know.
When has Brimstone never kicked anything?
I don't
You're
think I
right,
kicked
but
things.
didn't you guys say he punched a devil in the face?
I I mean, it's different from kicking.
That's
That's
different
not
from
kicking, is it?
Yeah.
It's fair enough.
It's kicking with my hands, otherwise known as punching.
Sorry, I just meant to say it's funny.
Saoirse's just disassociating in the back.
Valid.
Saoirse, are
She's
you good at
valid.
kicking?
Valid.
Pardon?
Saoirse, are you good at kicking?
Kind of, and she kind of picks up her foot and, like, flexes the, like, talons that make up her foot.
Oh, sorry, was that an insensitive question?
No, not really.
Okay.
Oh shit, she flexing.
Well,
Well,
Eamon looks at Saoirse again. Damn, you're probably really good at kicking.
Anyway,
I've never tried.
this is all very interesting, but we really must decide what we're going to do here. Radiance wants to get her hands on you, Riley, and she will not stop. She won't.
Look, I'm personally...
It's kind of annoying, honestly.
I am personally quite tired of running around. I think maybe we should try to set an ambush for Radiance.
How? And huh?
She won't leave her underground base. However, I might be able to get you a back way into it. And she, like, looks at Hugh, and he just kind of looks a little uncomfortable and goes, this will definitely blow everyone's cover. You do this, our operation is done. And she goes, I want it to be done. I'm sick of this.
I think that from what we know of this situation, the stakes are at the point where it's go time. I mean, the information we have about the Brotherhood at this point worries me about what they might be planning in a very active sense. It's not that whatever they're planning, I think it's coming to a head soon. So if we're gonna, this is the time, if any.
Very well. I would agree with you. As I said, I have two options, basically. Either you run and you don't look back, and I will take care of getting Wesley out of there. Or I lead you to that secret entrance and we finish this.
You know me. Well, not really. But
I wish
I'm
I
not
did.
the smartest person. Me too. I want to make sure Wesley's okay. I don't want to lose my family again.
I can't lose any more of you. I refuse.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I should go in there. Make sure he's fine and you're fine and everything's okay. And heck, maybe stop Radiance doing this stuff, because, wow. What a jerk. Am I right?
She is a megalomaniac.
Yeah, I'm kind of undercutting it.
Have the four of us working together, well, five of us working together, ever lost? I think we can handle one. I already made this joke last episode.
At
I
this
think we can
point, like,
handle it.
Percy, like, turns to you and goes, am I a joke to you?
The six of us. There's a lot of new additions that just popped up very recently.
Yeah, he just kind of rolls his eyes at this point. And Lilac, she turns back to you all and goes, There's a sewer entrance that I can take you down into where her underground base is. Though, I suspect after fighting those creatures, you may want a day to prepare, because once you're down there, there's no going back out. There's no place to rest down there. We go down there, it's a push.
No more save points. Got
No
it.
more save points. It's a point of no returns. You do all the side quests before you head down there.
Yeah. you have any side quests that you want to finish, y'all?
Well, I mean, I'm a little banged up, but I've been worse. I think I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready to end this. But I will say, for what it's worth, and Brimstone kind of turns to Riley and he'll say, end of the day, how we conduct things down there is going to be your call. You're at the center of all this, so I'm going to follow your lead on this one.
Oh. Okay. All right. I can lead things. I can do this.
I mean, don't feel the pressure to lead us, like room to room or anything. Just whatever you want to do, we're there for you.
Yeah. I got it. Thank you.
I could take a short breather before we
And-
head down there.
Yeah.
I think so too, yeah.
I need a rest too.
Yeah.
If for nothing else than to wrap our heads around what's about to happen.
Yeah, and maybe get some information from Lilac and Hugh. Like any specific details about what we might be facing.
Any questions you have, I'd be more than willing to answer.
Yeah, let's take a $5.
Look, for now though, we shouldn't be seen together. Still trying to hold up that double agent standard. And she pulls out a piece of paper, and it's a paper bird slip, and she hands it to you, Riley, and goes, "Send this to me when you're ready to go down. I'll be there."
Okay.
And then she suddenly pulls you into a hug and grabs you really tight.
Oh yeah. Riley goes in for the hug for sure.
I'm so sorry I wasn't there for you earlier.
It's okay. It's okay. We're here now, and we can catch up when this is all over. Okay? I would really like that if you want.
Of course. And she pulls back and goes, "I've been trying my darndest to keep radiance off of you and Wesley for so long. I just want this all done."
Me too. I'm tired of running.
And she pulls back and looks at Hugh, and Hugh looks at her, and then looks at the rest, and he goes, "Best not be late!" And he heads out. Both of them head out.
Man, are there other family members I don't know about? Are they hiding somewhere?
I don't know, man. You keep coming up with and me too. I'm meeting people that I totally thought were dead, and I'm still
Right?
working on that. That's still something that I don't
I
know.
know! We got a lot of stuff to unpack here. Ooh. Ooh. But, let's... I guess, do you want to head back to Percy's to take a nap, take a power nap?
Yeah, this probably isn't the best place for it.
Yeah, especially because the Brotherhood apparently owns the place.
Yeah, probably. I don't want to be here anymore. It makes me uncomfy.
Remember to disguise it before we go back out.
Yeah, I got one more spell slot I could. Hey, do I do wild search?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh, jeez.
Amazing.
Damn it.
Oh boy.
I've unpacked a lot today, so Riley is kind of still stressed for sure. That's a 62. What happens? Leanne?
Give me 1
Wonderful
second.
Leanne? Yeah, get that.
Gotta get the document open.
Yup.
For some reason, I always forget to open it before I start DMing.
Yeah, the same.
Aha, wild magic Every class.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, where's the sorcerer? We'll go with sorcerer.
Mm-hmm.
Ranger. Yeah, sorry, what was the number again? 60 something?
62.
62.
I am worried.
Alright, it's... for... choose a damage type that one of your sorcerer spells can deal. For the next minute, that damage type heals you instead of damaging you.
Okay. I'm sorry. Oh.
So yeah, you just
Okay.
feel a little tingly
Yeah,
all
whatever.
over.
She just kind of like shivers a bit and goes.
Yep.
And then moves on.
Alright, so you head back to Percy's house.
Yeah.
Boop. And yeah, you get there and Tony is like right behind the front door as you open it and goes, "Yay, you're home!"
Delphine is immediately trying to look over and around him to see what he's messed up this time.
You see just a pile of books on the couch, and Percy just looks at it and goes, "My alphabetical order!" And he just runs in past Tony, and Tony goes, "Wee!" as he like spins in place a little bit.
You keep your books and your... You know what? Actually, never mind. That makes perfect sense for him.
He starts picking up all the books and like is fuming at this point.
Hey, Tony,
Yeah.
can you read?
No.
Follow-up
Same
question.
old Tony.
Why the books?
I like the feel of the paper on my tentacles.
Aren't your testicles acidic?
Little bit. And then you hear a scream. There's pages missing! Ah, there's a hole!
Oh no.
Hey, Tony,
Yeah.
additional follow-up question. I know what the answer is, and I know you don't know what the answer is. Gonna put this in the universe anyway. Do you know how expensive books are?
2 jelly beans each.
What is
You
a
know,
jelly bean?
Brimstone
if
has
he-
to hide his face because he is laughing hysterically at this.
You know, if you replace jelly beans with gold pieces, you've got a pretty good minimum there, actually, Tony.
Why would you want
How
to
many-
eat a gold piece, though?
Go to bed, Tony. Tony,
Riley's
go to
also
bed.
laughing.
Go to bed.
Okay.
Go to bed.
Grab and go to your room.
I'm also
Brimstone,
taking this as permission to keep your gold pieces.
Brimstone with a bemused look on his face is like, I don't know why Percy's so upset. They're just 2 jelly beans each.
At that one, Saoirse has to hide her face in her hand to hide the laughter.
Yeah, Riley's just laughing at the store.
Okay, Riley's girlfriend owns a bookstore.
She's not my girlfriend.
That also does not actually help us get books. That tells us who to buy them from.
Well,
Yeah.
they should
Mr.
support
I'm
her.
made of
Small
money.
business.
Mr. I'm literally made of money, and she's gonna gesture at Eamon's shiny armor.
I mean,
Is that armor
Rude.
silver?
it's enchanted so that it never gets dirty.
Okay. Because, like, if it was silver, I would need to know that before, like, we do any, like...
It is not
Team
silver. I
attacks or
thought
anything
about
like
opting
that.
for mithril, but I figured that was a little ostentatious.
Ostentatious. Zelphine is just going to go, and then go help Percy with the books.
Gestures vaguely to his helmet covered in jewels.
Yeah. What?
Don't
I mean, I would
blame
say,
him for
Eamon,
trying to
I'm
look
glad
fabulous.
I'm glad you didn't go for a whole set of armor covered in jewels, because that would have been ostentatious. That would have been
looked
too much.
neat. No, it would have been perfect. Stop, stop fashion shaming him. He's doing great.
I mean, what do I know? I guess I spent the majority of our time together when we first started with no shirt on, so like.
Yeah, exactly. I'm still
Oh,
mad
did
about
Saoirse know that? I don't know if Saoirse knew
No,
that.
she didn't.
Yeah, guy was just half naked the whole time. I was pissed.
Oh yeah, Riley took it personal.
He did. It was a personal attack on me.
Saoirse's just staring at him. She doesn't have any words.
Sure do love this little group we got.
I do really like this group. But
Yes. Yeah, Percy at this point, like, cuffs down the stairs and his face is even more blue than it usually is. And he goes, I'm going to go cook! And he
Delphine
storms off to the kitchen.
Zelphine was helping to re-alphabetize all of the books and put them away, but she is also going through them kind of methodically, and she is taking note of all of the books that are missing pages or have like little tentacle holes burned in them.
Yep.
Eamon will give Zelphine 30 gold pieces and say, here, you can probably replace some of the books with this.
oh no, someone needs to go to the bookstore. Oh shoot, I don't have anything to do. She eyes Zelphine. Just gives her like she's trying to be subtle, but she just side eyes her like real quick, like
Zelphine is going to raise an eyebrow very obviously at her.
She blinks.
Well,
hard.
I don't know. I mean, other than, you know, having to have my chaperone with me, I'm pretty sure I could handle that on my own.
Your chaperone's cooking, though.
That is true.
Zelphine.
I'll
Somebody's
go.
gonna
I will
have
go. I will take the bullet. I will go with
Nope.
Riley to the bookstore. Where
Riley's not the one going to the bookstore.
Wait, what?
I'm the one who has to go to the bookstore.
Nah.
No, Selfie.
nah. You don't have to go.
Let me help.
No, Eamon, you've missed the point. Riley's going with me. We were trying to dance around it.
I want to help. I want to help.
Okay, I'm just gonna go see Estelle. She's also at the bookstore.
That's fine.
Heck yeah.
I don't really need to be coy about it.
Do I
I'm going
need
to the bookstore for book reasons.
for book reason? How many books are we looking at here, DM?
Probably about 10 or so have burned holes in them, and you like methodically write down the titles of each one.
Okay.
Man, burned through so many books.
There's a pile that looks like he was about to get into, but that they are only have like slight marks on the covers. There's no missing pages or anything in those ones.
Yeah, she's just gonna dust off what she can of those and then just shove those back on the bookshelf.
Yep.
Okay, she will then go down to the kitchen and just kind of stand there awkwardly for a second and then go, do I have permission to cross the street to the bookstore if I take someone with me to watch?
He like looks up from his pile of foodstuffs and he looks at you and he looks over at Riley and goes, "Sure. If you're not back in an hour, though, I am going to hunt you both down."
It's okay. I'll keep an eye on her, Captain. And
she looks at Riley and say, "You hear that? No funny business, you."
Oh, you got me.
That seems less like a whole like legal thing and
business.
more just a thing where Percy is just very tired of us specifically in the shenanigans we get into.
Honestly,
I think if we're gonna be going to invade this base, we might need some help, and I know where to get it.
Oh, dang.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
the DM, if there is one, can probably just get away with saying that a lot of the stuff they do happens off-screen, so they don't have to handle 14 character sheets at once.
Are we infiltrating or are we
I
invading?
don't know what you're talking about anymore.
Okay.
We're gonna go. Zopin's gonna pull Riley's hood like way down over her face and then usher her out.
Eamon, I'd say keep that on the... I don't know exactly what our plan is, but at least keep that on the back burner, because I don't know if we're talking like a full-on raid. We might want to be talking like getting in there as deep as we can before, alarms go off and stuff.
Fair enough.
Yeah, definitely keep, because at some point we might need to just have people come in and invade the place, yeah.
Alright. I mean, I've got paladins. By the way, did I tell you guys that I might be the... Well, I don't think I'm the leader, but I can probably convince some paladins to give us a hand here.
I would say that's pretty useful. I would just be careful about that if in terms of our relations with the Blade Brotherhood members that we don't want to, arrest /
I mean, I was gonna bring in the Order of the Gauntlet people first and foremost. They seem a lot less zealous.
Like the General Order of the Gauntlet?
I mean, what do you mean the General Order of the Gauntlet?
As opposed to like Tears guys.
What? I don't think you know how the Order of the Gauntlet works.
I don't.
The Order of the Gauntlet's not affiliated with the church. It's just kind of its own thing.
Oh, okay.
It's like they worship the same gods, but it's like a church having like a bake sale held by a religious group is not the same as like the church.
So you're bringing in the bake sale people.
I'm bringing in the bake sale.
Okay.
It's more like a bunch of churches put on a bake sale. So you got a Lutheran and a Catholic and a Christian church all together.
You walk into a bar.
Yep.
They sell
And got a Protestant in there too. Oh my god.
Cookies.
I don't know what these words you're saying are.
It doesn't matter.
They're all
Okay, yeah.
they're all ridiculous. That's what they are. Whoa, man. Religion, goofy. Anyways,
Anyways, let's move on to any other topic.
Anyway.
literally
yeah,
anything
okay.
else.
Literally. Anyway.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. Like that's probably a good plan. I'm gonna recuperate and contemplate life, I guess.
Have fun with that.
Does that mean read book?
I'm gonna go see a pretty girl. I mean, pretty books. I mean, bookstore go. Bye. And Riley goes.
Be safe.
Thank you.
All right, you guys head out to the bookstore, and it looks pretty empty in there right now. That the door opens a little jingle, and you spot Estelle and Charlie behind the counter drinking tea, and they both shakily put their cups down as you all enter and go, "Hi!"
Hey there. Wink, obviously.
Hi. And Charlie
Something in your eye there, Raymond?
I mean, look, I'm not... It's not a secret. I think you know already, so, you don't have to... Hey, Estelle, you want to go get dinner?
Eamon did tell us that he went on a date, didn't he?
I believe he did.
He did.
Yeah, I want to go. Where would you like to go? I know all these great places. Come on. I'll take you to my favorite stew place. It's got the best stew.
I would love to. Eamon's gonna like link arms with her and give her a smooch on the head. It's really cute.
She turns bright red and giggles.
Yeah.
And the two of you head off into the night.
Does a whole like exploding poof.
Yep. You see like literal colored like fireworks appear beside her head, and you're you like look around at everybody else to make sure you're seeing it too. But yeah, it seems to be an effect of her wild magic.
Meanwhile, Eamon's got this like glowing aura. They're the shiniest couple in Waterdeep.
So shiny.
Normally, Eamon's aura radiates in like a circle, but it like contorts into like a heart.
Aww. Okay, that's cute.
That's amazing.
It's got that rosy glow.
They're like the sickeningly sweet couple. Like they are just vomit-inducing.
Yeah, she is like blushing and like chittering about how great the stew place is and how she hopes you like it.
Eamon's got like all these weirdly specific anecdotes about stew that he's sharing.
Beautiful.
Like they're this one time me and my buddy were trying to make a chowder and then somehow it just spirals into some absurd adventure.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Stew is wet. And then they get into like a semi-heated debate about the difference between a soup and a stew.
It's all about consistency. But yeah, then the door closes and we cut back to the bookstore, and Charlie just kind of like is looking out the window as they leave, and then like turns her attention back to you guys. So what can I do for you today?
Do you happen to have a copy of these in stock? And Zelfine's gonna give her the list of books.
Yeah, she takes the list and like immediately goes into like work mode, adjusts her glasses and looks super serious and runs down the list and goes, give me 1 second. And like she just starts zooming around and collecting books from different shelves. And
Riley, go give her a hand, and she's gonna kind of shove her a little bit.
Yeah, Riley will
Carry her books for her.
go ahead and... Okay, you got it. And, yeah, she'll go ahead and, carry the books.
yeah, you like come up behind her and like start carrying the books, and she stops and looks at you and goes, "Oh, you don't need. Oh, thanks." And she
It's okay.
adjusts her
Yeah,
glasses.
I got it.
That's okay.
Just call me the walking bookshelf.
No, that sounds a little strange, actually. What's your name, actually? Maybe I'll call you that.
Oh, yeah. I'm Riley.
Riley.
It's good to properly meet you.
Charlie. I mean, that's not my real name. That's a nickname that actually Estelle gave me the nickname, but my real name is like really drowish and most people can't pronounce it. And
Oh, what is it? I would like to know.
just 1 second.
Hey, I forgot she had an actual ground.
Yeah.
I don't remember if I wrote it down or anything.
Yeah. Charlithra Zephril.
Charlithra.
Yeah.
Do you prefer a Charlie then?
I mean, most people call me that. I'm fine with it. Charlithra makes me think of my mother yelling at me. So, you know.
Well, let's stick with Charlie.
It's
then.
it's like when you full name someone.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's got a harsh tone to it. But,
yeah.
So, Riley, what do you do?
Recently being an adventurer, got caught up with a whole undead vampire guy, got stuck in multiple dimensions, and I sew sometimes.
You sew. That's really cool.
Yeah!
Like, you get an adventurer a dozen down here, but, having a craft, that's really something special, being able to make something.
Do you make stuff too, or do you just kind of, a craft enjoyer?
I'm a craft enjoyer. I'm not super great with my hands. I've started writing, though.
Ooh!
It's
Really?
mostly...
Like what kind of stories, or...
She turns bright red for a second and goes, romance stories.
Ooh! Oh, that's cool, actually. And I definitely know how to read. Could I actually read some? I if you're too embarrassed, I get it. I know, I know sometimes people are like, I can't show you my work. It's so embarrassing. But I would like to read some, if you don't mind.
Like, her hand, like, goes behind her long pointed ear, and she just kind of looks away for a second and goes, it is a little embarrassing, but if I want to get published, I guess I need somebody to... Sure. And she, like, as she's grabbing some of the other books for the pile, goes and jumps behind the counter as well, and pulls out, like, a tightly bound manuscript that is in, like, gorgeous font. Like, her handwriting is immaculate. And she goes, you can read it. Just, it's a little, like I said, a little embarrassing, but let me know what you think.
Yeah, thank you. Would
all
you
smut.
like me to make... Look at my DBC fanfic.
Yeah.
Vegeta X Goku.
Oh, no.
I feel like that was what we were all going.
Like, he has a nail.
God, it's worse than that, because, Dragon Ball Z doesn't exist in this world, but you know what does exist?
Oh no.
The Strahd play.
You're kidding. You're
Strahd
kidding.
play.
Did she write spicy Strahd fanfic?
This is gonna be uncomfortable for Riley. No. For many reasons.
My jaw screaming.
Yeah, as you, like, glance at it, it literally says, like, the Vampire Brides in, like, really fancy font.
Oh no. Oh no.
Did she write a young adult vampire romance novel?
Guess you'll have to find out.
Yes!
Riley hasn't read it yet.
Yes!
Go ahead,
Riley doesn't know how to
Irina.
read,
Say it.
so she's
Say
fine.
it, Irina.
Why did you lie to her about that?
She wanted to look cool! Yeah!
She's gonna look worse when Charlie realizes she can't.
Shut up! She didn't think, she's just gay panic.
Listen,
Okay,
if this
can
is
I
any
say
push to
what
learn to start reading.
This is true.
Anyway.
Yeah, and at that point,
what is this word, Zelfine? Throbing? Throbing?
Oh no, stop! Anyway.
yeah,
Let's continue this.
Yeah, as she finishes collecting the rest of the books, she's like this deep purple color at this point, and like catching glances from you the whole time.
Do not confuse that
Yeah,
book with the rest of Percy's. Jesus Christ.
No. He gets stuck, and Percy's like, what the fuck is this? That's so good. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. I'm trying to flirt here.
Yeah, that should be all the books, plus my little manuscript.
Real quick, do you want me to make some, like, clothes for you? not saying that your fashion is not great. You look amazing. But I like making clothes for people. I was wondering if you wanted like a sweater or something.
I would love a shawl. It gets kind of cold up here. Down in the Underdark, it's a lot warmer. I get a little chilly up here.
Ooh, okay. I can instantly think of what to design for you. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, this is like a good trade. Your manuscript for a shawl.
Yeah, you'll have to tell me what you think, and then I can adjust.
Of course. Of course, yeah.
It's my dream to get something published and sold in the store. I hope
that's kind of my dream too. My dream's I want to open a clothing store as well.
Estelle had her little hat store. It's burnt up now, but perhaps the two of you could open something together. If you're looking into that.
I'm gonna probably talk to her. Yeah, I would actually like to talk to her about that someday. I'm a little busy now. I got my fingers in a few bad pies, but once this is all over, once this is all over, do you want to maybe grab some coffee sometime?
Yeah, I'd love that. Coffee's great. I also like tea, and I don't really like alcohol though. So please, no, none of that. Hope that's not a turn off. Some people don't like that.
You're good. I think it would be great. Great! Yeah, coffee. Let's do coffee.
Yeah, coffee. I know this really cute place down in the trades ward. It's called...
Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't know any place here, so I would appreciate like a tour, see what good shops are around.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I'll get you some feedback soon.
Awesome. For the stack of books, that should be about 25 gold.
Okay, and Zelphine will pay for that. And she will take the stack of books from Riley. She can carry them.
Yeah, aim at it costs 30 gold, no change. Sorry.
Exactly.
Oh. See you around.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I'll be here. I'm usually here.
Alright, once Riley and Zelphine are out of the store, Riley just looks at Zelphine and goes, Zelphine, help me read this. I don't know how to read. I lied. I don't know why I lied. I don't know why I lied. Help me read. Please.
Hey. Okay, first, before you can read, you must breathe. That's the first step. I heard everything.
Too pretty. Couldn't handle myself.
You did panic a little bit, but
I did.
I can help. I recall having already promised to help once things calm down some. So it's fine.
It's good. Why'd I say I know how to read? I don't know, what does this say? She like shows the cover to Zelphine. It's like, what does this say? I don't even know what it says.
Zelphine will kind of like shift the stack of books that she's holding, kind of prop them up. Oops, ow. Prop them up with one. I banged my printer with my elbow.
Oh no!
Kind of prop them up with one arm and kind of put out her hand a little bit to take Charlie's book, and she'll look at it.
Yeah, in big fancy letters, the Vampire Brides.
Okay, she's gonna raise one eyebrow and she's gonna kind of open it and check out the first page and read a little bit of it. Does it become immediately apparent what vampire in particular this is talking about?
Oh, 100%. And He doesn't call him by
Does it
name.
literally start with the words "I try"?
God, yes, it does actually.
The eyebrow that she had raised, like, immediately goes right back down into this, like, deadpan expression, and she's going to snap the book shut and hold it back out to Riley and say, well, good news, it is at least subject material that you're familiar with, which will make this easier. Then she's gonna kind of
Good.
readjust her book stack and then head back. She's like, we should go now.
Yeah, Riley follows.
Are we in it?
Guess
Well, I
Riley
don't
will
know.
have to read it.
I'm gonna have to read to find out. Pick it up at your local library.
Don't take my word for it.
By the way, don't worry about the birthday thing. I worked that out.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's going till 8. I'll just show up at the end.
Yeah.
All right. You guys got your books. And head back to Percy's house, which at this point smells like delicious food.
While they were gone, actually, I
Yeah.
think Sirish and I were gonna.
Oh yeah, do a thing.
Yeah. Well, maybe not much of a thing. Brimstone is probably after they're all gone. I imagine that Brimstone and Sirish are just kind of standing there in the living room, just kind of looking at each other. Yeah, like. And after probably too long a time, they Brimstone eventually like kind of goes, I'm gonna go like chill on like a couch, maybe try and he pulls out his like book and try and get through some of this. You wanna keep me company, maybe?
I'd like to bother Perseverance for a cup of tea, but then yes.
Okay, yeah. And then Brimstone will post up on the on the couch and open his book and continue trying to decipher this self-care manual.
And then Saoirse will get a nice cup of Earl Grey and find some sort of Waterdavian equivalent of a coffee table book and flip through it.
Yeah. He's got like a big book of like maps that just has detailed maps of surrounding areas around Waterdeep. Ooh.
Yeah, and they probably sit there, I think, and just kind of read in relative comfortable silence. Well, maybe not necessarily comfortable silence. Like, I imagine they still probably have that little bit of like when you first like meet someone and like feeling like you have to like entertain them or like, you know, that kind of thing.
Knowing that she has a map book now, I know how Saoirse does it.
Oh yeah.
She walks over to Brimstone and kind of sits on the arm of the couch he's on and has the book in her lap, and she points a bit northwest of Waterdeep, and she goes, this is where I lived before I came here, before I went to the cloister.
And is that an area? Is it an area that Brimstone would have gone through? He might have passed by it, but I don't know if if he would have passed through there specifically.
I don't know. That would be up to you, I suppose. Because you were up north and then you came down south.
Mm-hmm. Is it like a straight line from like where I feel like we worked this out, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the map.
Yeah,
I know I saved it recently.
I'm loading up the.
Oh, awesome! Yeah.
It's not all of the Sword Coast because that entire map is too big for Roll20 to load properly. But
Let's see. Sword Coast.
it's got some of the Sword Mountains here.
Okay, let's see. No, that doesn't help me. Open.
Sorry, I meant northwest. I'm stupid.
You're all good.
Directions hard. I always
No,
have to
hold
do
on.
that. Never eat shredded wheat to actually remember which way is north, south, east, and west.
Upper right. I'm having a blonde moment.
That'd be northeast. Yeah.
Northeast. Okay, I was right.
Yeah, near Silvery Moon, I think, or
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he
Yeah.
might have. Good.
I was just gonna say, yeah, because there's a entrance from the Underdark around there, I think.
Right, yeah. I feel like he might have, there's that big moor there. I think he might have, ranged around there a little bit, but probably not as far as Silvery Moon. He probably would have stayed away from, like, big settlements, so. He probably, like, you know, he says, oh, the Evermore's, right, I've been there, I think I did a couple jobs there, once or twice, you know, just some small things, you know, taking care of, the Kappas, things like that, for, you know, small settlements, nothing big. But yeah, I never ranged up that far northeast.
Yeah, we came out of Menzel Berenzen here and went down past the moors. Then I came up to Silvery Moon and then over to Waterdeep.
Yeah, and Brimstone will, point up to, like, way north, up, a bit north of, Mirabar, on the spine of the world. It's like, my village is around there somewhere. I couldn't, and he kind of like leans in on, like, I couldn't say for sure. I know that Mirabar is near where, all of that happened, with me, I think. And, I kind of ranged down, here, and, I couldn't keep track. I went all over. I know I stopped in Tribor at one point. I think I got to Mithril Hall at one point. Mostly just kind of avoiding, getting too recognized or things. But eventually I ended up, down near, Waterdeep, and, that's when I met Aemond and when things started, happening.
You'll have to tell me about that someday.
Oh, what, when I met up with Aemond and all that,
Yeah.
Oh, it's not a very, well, no, it is a complicated story, that's a lie. It's kind of laughs, and he's like, it feels so long ago at this point, it's like another, it's like another lifetime even, you know, I mean, like I said, that was when I was, shirtless and feral, although I suppose I technically am more feral now than I was then.
Why? I wasn't going to ask, why were you shirtless?
Well, because, my village, I don't know how much I told you about it. My village was attacked by the Hunter's Claw. I think and I was taken prisoner by them, and that was 5 years. I was prisoner of them, and it wasn't. I mean, you've seen how they deal with people. I was treated like an animal, you know. And when I finally broke out, I quite literally had, you know, like, pants and like a spear. And, I had a sash that I'd found. I went back home to try and, you know, figure things out and patch things up, and, I found a sash there, and it's just, I didn't feel like, I guess I didn't see much point in pretending, you know. It sounds so stupid to say now because, like, it's like I said, I feel very different about it now. But back then, I just kind of saw myself as, you know, just a tool. I couldn't say who wielded me as a tool or a weapon or whatever, but I just felt like, there wasn't. People were gonna judge me either way, so why put on airs? I did work for people. They paid me. Most people stayed out of my way. I caused trouble where I was more often than not, and then I figured, there's no point getting close to people, no point making friends.
So you deterred them with your naked chest?
It sounds really stupid when you say it like that.
Oh no, enemies are nearby. Whips out tits.
Saoirse does kind of laugh into her hand, but she shakes her head. And just, I don't mean to pick on you.
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like looking back on it, it was some stupid edgelord shit. Like, oh boy. But then I suppose I also am a werewolf. So like, it's not. I guess I haven't really grown out of my edgelord phase.
You're an interesting man.
You think so?
I mean, the way most people who see themselves as monsters would sort of broadcast that to the world is more by putting on armor and protections and putting up walls. And you sort of went the opposite.
I get the sense that that might be something that you have a little experience with, huh?
Perhaps.
I will say, in a way, by making myself look like this just, feral, just violent, thug the way that I did. I think that put up more walls than if I hadn't. I think I hid myself in fitting into a role that had been assigned to me. I mean, that's why, and he kind of like moves his armor side a little bit, and like that's why I kept that exposed for so long. He shows the brand. Mm-hmm. I figured if I was, if I'd been marked in this way, if somebody had thought it necessary to brand me and tell the world this is a monster, I might as well fit the role. But quickly after meeting up with everybody, I learned that I realized there was more to who I wanted to be than that. I realized that in order to do what I wanted to do and take care of these people in the way that I know I needed to, I couldn't just be a monster. I needed to be, their friend. And everything kind of fell into place from that. I certainly wouldn't have come to that realization without them. All three of them are some of the most special people in my life. And they may not feel that way, this way, but I've grown to consider them family. My definition of family is, I think, a little looser than theirs, and that's understandable given, I mean, look at the rest of my friends. They have a very complex relationship with their families. But to me, growing up, family was always, first and foremost, the people you surrounded yourself with, the company you kept. And that didn't make it a lesser kind of family. In fact, in some ways, it made it a more powerful kind of family, because the only thing bringing everybody there together was the decision to stay together. There wasn't anything else, most of my family back in my village in Devil's Aegis was all outcasts coming in from all sorts of different places. So you always had to make the decision to work at it, to, be a family. And as long as they could, they always made that decision. And it's weird because, the things that we've all been caught up in, this little group that we have, are all really disparate, and it doesn't make sense that we're going from one thing to next, and all these different things that are still bringing us together. But at the end of the day, the moments in between where we all chose each other over going our separate ways, to me, were the most important. I'm rambling with it. They mean a lot to me.
I'm sure I don't need to tell you, but if they matter to you, hang on to them. I've never lost someone in the way that you have, but not knowing what happened to someone you care about. It's like a wound that doesn't close.
Brimstone will, if she'll let him, just kind of pat her hand on the book, and he'll kind of look at her and go, we'll find him. Even if, even if it takes a while. I owe you that much for all the help you've given us.
She just kind of nods and gets up and goes back to the couch she was sitting on.
Brimstone will continue to read his book.
And that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Do I get an hour of reading it?
Yeah, you get, throughout that, you get about an hour of reading in, and Riley and Zelphine come back. And yeah, now the house smells like food, and Percy has dropped a bunch of dishes on the table.
I could use some food. What kind of food?
It's got like all kinds of like roast potatoes and a big ham, and you don't know where he even got this ham. You didn't see him go shopping, but there's a ham here.
Yeah, what?
And some
Sudden
like
ham.
green beans and like a little salad. And he just doesn't even wait for everybody else. He
awesome.
just drops it all on the table and starts eating himself. He just sits down,
I
gets a
bet
big old ham piece, and he's just going.
I bet he's not used to company, I would assume.
Yeah, this is the most company
just
he's
does
had in a
whatever the fuck he
long
wants.
while.
I thought you were about to say the most ham.
Yeah, this is the most ham he's had in a long while. It's the most company he's had in a long while as well.
Awesome. Yeah, Riley sits down to eat, just kind of eyeing the manuscript and just staring at it. She can't read it, but she's just staring at it and just kind of smiling a little bit.
Zelphine walks in with the big stack of books and just kind of like looks over the table and is like, I'm gonna go put these up first, if that's fine.
Alright, I'll save you some. He, like, watches you go up the stairs. Kind of frowns. And he goes back to poking at his ham.
She was a good girl. She didn't try to escape or anything. Don't worry about it.
Uh-huh.
Also, she probably won't anyway. I don't think she wants to do the stuff she's done before. I think she's done with that.
He, like, stabs the fork into the ham and looks up at you and goes, I know. I can tell. I can't not be me, though. I
get it. Riley does smile at that, though.
I really do get the impression she wants to do better. And it...
You're a good egg. I like you.
Thanks.
Riley continues to poke at her steamed hams.
Freshly steamed.
Steamed hams.
What an unforgettable lunch this has been.
Oh, no, it's a Waterdavian expression.
Look, I'm just saying, like, Estelle...
Welcome from Waterdeep, and I've never heard the expression steamed hams.
Steamed hams, but it's just Percy and Eamon.
Oh my god!
Great.
Look, I'm just saying, Estelle is a wild magic sorcerer. She could accidentally make an Aurora Borealis show up inside her
This time of year? In this part of the
Fucker.
country?
Yes.
Without long rest, with your class levels. May I see it?
Yes. No.
Hey, what was your favorite episode of HDT? My favorite was the one where they just did steamed hams for like 5 minutes.
It's a good meme. Don't meme shame me.
Memed hams. Good night, everyone.
Is it
Lord.
bad that I am almost certain steamed hams has come up before?
Oh, I'm positive.
But
So
here's the
that
thing,
would
now that we
not
have-
narrow it
Me, I
down.
fucking bet.
now that we have the context of Percy and Eamon, though, it makes a lot more sense.
Yep.
It works. It fucking works, though.
I have to go switch my laundry. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
We should move the
Okay,
plot.
Awesome. Okay.
Real quick, Zelphine is going
Plot
to
time.
replace all the books on the shelves, and she's going to take the ones that are already like damaged, and she's going to take those to the room that that Tony's staying in, and she's going to set them down in a pile and say, "You can do whatever you want to with these books that you cannot read." But
Oh,
these are...
Zelphine, I don't know if you should be saying giving him that blank check like that. Maybe
No. Listen.
think really, really hard about. Listen, Zelphine, every time we come back here, Tony has done something else to get Percy mad at us. So think really, really hard about
I'm
what you're going
trying
to say to
to
him.
tell him these are the only books he is allowed to touch or go near.
Okay,
Do you,
Zelphie.
you understand that, Tony?
Yeah. Can I have
Tony.
the book?
You can have these books, yes.
He puts one in his mouth.
That is fine, as long as you remember. Do you see these books right here?
Mm-hmm.
These are the only ones you may interact with in any way.
Okay.
Now come with me, Tony. I just need to double check. She's gonna lead him into the other room. She's gonna point at all of Percy's other books. Can you touch these books?
No.
Okay, good. She's gonna take him back to his room. What about these books?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't afford you, Tony. You have to work with me on this.
Okay. When do you think I'll get to go back home?
I'm hoping as soon as we, Okay, first we have to stop the apocalypse, understandably. Because that kind of puts a damper on everything for everyone. And then me and Percy are going to hopefully take down that part of the Zentarum, at which point no one's gonna know where you are or have any reason to go after you, so we can take you home then.
That's a long way away, I think.
We're gonna go as quick as we can, but yeah, it might be a little bit. But hey, you got all the... Okay, no, you do not. I take that back. You do not have all the books that you could chew on. You have 10 books that you can chew on, but that's still quite a bit.
If I ripped out every page and plastered it on the wall, would he be upset?
Yes.
Are you going to do so in a manner such that it could be removed from the wall later?
Maybe. Is my
Yeah,
saliva sticky enough?
I'm gonna say no, let's not do that.
What I'm talking about, Zelfine. You can't just tell him he can touch the books. Who knows what the fuck he's gonna do?
He's gonna do whatever he's gonna do anyway.
This is becoming... Zelfine, this is becoming a game of, like... Tony figuring out the way he can still be following your instructions and still doing something terrible. If I didn't know the flump, I would say he's doing it on purpose, but just look at him.
Beep 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 beep.
No, he's still very much doing it on purpose. You have to understand that about Tony. Tony, if you can stop causing damage to anything in this house, or out of this house, anything, if you could stop causing damage to anything, except maybe just those 10 books, and exclusively those 10 books, don't use those 10 books to cause damage to anything else, I will buy you jelly beans.
You drive a hard bargain, Zelfie, but I'll do it. I love jelly beans.
I appreciate you, Tony.
I appreciate you too, Zelfie.
Criminal though that you are. Okay, and then she's gonna head back down to dinner.
Yes. And he, Percy drops you a plate already full of ham and potatoes and salad.
She just kind of awkwardly thanks him and starts eating.
Alright. So you lot, you have anything you need to do before we go attack the underground area?
I mean, I would love to get this book finished, but I don't think that's in the cards. I would love just a little bit of extra vitality, but it's probably not going to happen.
How far are you into it? Like, page-wise? Like, can you show me, like, where your bookmark is?
It's like... He's, like, barely started.
Hmm.
I have 78 and a half hours left of this book.
Ooh, yeah. Percy looks at where you are and how much you have left to read. He goes, those books are dense. You're gonna need like a month off.
Well, I'll just put in some PTO before the fucking apocalypse then, won't I?
It's just a book, though.
If you have any pointers where I could, like, get the benefit of this without reading it, that would be great, but, like... The magic wasn't in me the whole time, if you understand what I mean.
Have you tried eating it? That's how Tony gets his books.
Brimstone will sigh and lick one corner of the cover of this book.
God.
Don't do that.
Brimstone.
And you see Percy just, like, go pale and goes, don't eat, no. Stop that.
Actually, it's kind of normal for him.
You're
It's
all weirdos. And he
I'm
face palms.
actually-
been a while, but we're
Curious.
back to brim tasting things.
I will
missed
have you
this
know,
bit.
I have never, and then she stops and, like, looks up to think about it a second. No, I have never licked a book. Thank you.
Good,
Never.
one less
Not even
criminal
as a-
thing about you. Great. And he goes back to eating it.
Are food crimes a thing, Percy?
Yes.
Is
Eating a book is a
Instant
food crime. Licking a book is a food crime. This
Is
is.
there a whole is there like a thing of that in the Waterdavian code?
I added it, yes.
That was
It's in the
you.
Perseverance Code.
I can't legally arrest anybody for it, but it's a crime in my book.
I knew it.
Oh, so this is like a vigilante justice kind of a thing.
What justice are you serving?
I already told you I
Getting a
can't
paper cut on
legally
your tongue?
do much about it. But I will definitely be disappointed in you.
He will definitely serve up some justice on a silver platter to anybody who would commit the food crime.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've never committed a food crime in my life.
That's not true.
I'm not gonna eat the book. I was just curious.
I missed this bit. I miss Brim licking things.
What a wild statement, Riley.
It's true though.
Saoirse just looks pressed.
Yeah. Riley's whispering over to Brim like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I keep messing up your chances of shares. I'm sorry. I'm making you look bad."
Riley, you didn't lick the book.
I, for one, have not forgotten the mimic incident, nor will I ever.
Nope.
Oh yeah, I did
Or the,
lick that.
the dragon
It was nasty.
statue. You
Dragon,
licked the
listen.
statue
Okay,
too,
no,
didn't you?
shut up. The dragon statue was part of an investigation. That was a necessary lick.
What is Eamon doing right
You
now?
investigated it by licking it. That's not
Hey,
investigation.
detective boy, have you ever licked anything as part of an investigation?
My senses
No.
are far more heightened than Percy's.
Eyebrow raised, and he just goes, "You don't know what people have been touched. Like, there's diseases. You want to get the disease?"
Fine.
Saoirse turns to Eamon and just, what was the mimic incident?
I don't think Eamon's here right now. He's on a date with
Oh,
Estelle.
that's right. He is on a date. Never mind.
That's right.
Eamon's
I've
like,
forgotten.
so there was this mimic, and after I'd killed it, Brimstone like tried to eat some of it. I think. Really
Oh,
gross.
that's that guy's a little weird. Oh, he's really tall and like really strong looking, but man, he's a little.
I mean, I'm also a little weird. Like,
I mean, look, I just set the table on fire by accident on our second course. I didn't mean to. So like,
okay, this helmet makes me resistant to it, and then Eamon is gonna just keep eating without even bothering to put the fire out.
so it's not like I'm saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying, maybe. Did you tell him that there could be diseases?
Here's the thing: is I am immune to diseases, so that's not really something I think about. Also, by the way, wink, wink, yada yada. Double entendres and whatnot. But like,
What?
No.
Okay. No, keep going.
but like, I don't think he really thinks about it either. Like, maybe he's got, like, because he's a werewolf, he's got like some kind of wolf gut thing that kills diseases. But like, because wild animals, they'll eat like rotten and raw meat all the time, right?
Ooh, yeah, they do.
This is just like, like, it's the same like energy level of the conversation, but because it's so much more casual now, Eamon and Estelle are just constantly talking about weird shit now that they've gotten to know each other better.
Yeah. And like then I turned into a plant. Can you believe it? I just was a plant for a bit, and then everybody
Weirdly
stared
enough,
at me.
I can't can believe it. I can believe it.
It was so weird. And it's like, man, Stonebeard just blew his horn. Nothing even happened. I wouldn't even cast a spell. I just turned into a plant because I heard a loud noise.
You know, it happens sometimes. Honest, like I know someone who it has happened to. I think at least twice. So it's a perfectly normal condition.
It's like the weirdest feeling, though. Like the air feels nice, and like the sun feels tasty, and I don't know how to describe it other than that.
Are you like conscious of your existence when you're a plant? Because
I
don't think
it's
plants
so weird.
That's like, can you still think?
Yeah, I just can't move or do anything. It's like the weirdest sensation.
But you have no sensory input.
And yet I still felt things.
That's bizarre.
I knew everybody was staring at me. I could feel it.
Wow. And then Aim is gonna like lean in and put his hand on it, like head on his like hands. Is like, that's really cute. And then he catches fire, and he's like, "Waiter, could we get some water? Like a lot."
Ah! And then you hear screaming in the background as someone runs and dumps water on the table.
Thank you kindly. All right, that was a very good cutaway. Back to the rest of the group now.
Yeah. So.
So have you
I
heard
did
of
not
the show
mean to.
called Rick and...
I did not realize I wasn't muted.
Oh, oops! You're good. I don't think or anything.
Go ahead, Katie.
No, I made a dumb joke. We can continue.
So yeah, anyway, after Eamon killed this thing, he just, like, to his minimal credit, did not directly stick his tongue to the dead mimic, but he did, like, get a handful of mimic goo and just shove it right in his mouth.
I just licked it. Listen. I got a little bit at the end of, like, a finger, and I licked it, because I wanted to see what it tasted like.
I don't think the way that you said it, like, makes it sound honestly any better.
Food
Investigation.
crime. That's
What it's worth. Not a good, not a good
mimic-
flavor.
I don't know if a mimic technically qualifies as food. It was just a crime.
You're right, and I admire you for being so blunt. That is just nope. That is a crime. Don't do that, sir.
It was acidic. Is the funny thing.
I don't want to know.
Like,
I mean, I guess that
No.
makes sense.
yeah, like it was acidic. It was kind of like It was kind of like if you like smushed two lemons, just two, but two lemons together.
Please don't ruin citrus for me with this.
Don't. Just stop talking, sir. If you keep talking, I will have to arrest you. It will not be a food crime. This is just a literal crime of you ruining my dinner.
You are disturbing the peace here, honestly.
Don't get arrested again. Don't get arrested again.
I was arrested earlier, wasn't I?
You were.
I'm broke. I
Not
can't bail you
happen
out.
again.
Yeah, no.
me
Our
too.
money guy is out on a date, I think.
He is.
All my money
He's out
goes
on a
into
date, right?
whatever
Like-
Tony destroys.
Meanwhile, Eamon and Estelle are having like the awkward conversation about who pays.
Yeah. It's like, it's okay if I pay I'll pay a little, but I don't, you did eat, like,
Your
4
shop
bowls.
just burned down. I
Oh,
mean,
you don't have to pay all for me,
your shop literally burned down.
it did, but I do get insurance money from it, though I am saving that for another shop,
I will pay.
you sure?
I am living off of the horde of a vampire that I killed several months ago, and it is not even close to running out. I hate to like brag, but I am somewhat wealthy.
Oh, then, yeah, sure. That's okay then.
I also am technically a king.
She just kind of, like, chokes on her own, like,
Oh
air.
shit, did I not mention that?
Not only are you a knight in shining armor, you're a king. Oh!
And, you know, prince, king, somewhere in between. I'm working out the legal stuff right now.
Ah! it
I'm
to
sorry,
know.
I really should have told you that earlier. It didn't come up until now.
That's okay.
It happened literally today.
Yeah, no, it did happen literally earlier today.
Oh.
You know the rumor of that, like, big shot paladin who got his arm cut off and defeated a trial by combat?
Yeah.
That was me. I did that.
Wow. That's impressive.
It's a I did have a good reason for it. I'll explain my backstory. Just I gotta queue up the whole when I was like 7 years old, and then it cuts back to the main.
Yeah. Yeah, Percy has cleaned up the dishes at this point and is grumbling about lemons.
Curse the lemons.
Zelfine is
Riley's
helping him
gonna-
clean.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, good. Riley's gonna start working on that shawl for Charlie.
Heck yeah.
He's motivated.
Cool. So yeah, you help Percy clean up, and he like catches glances at you every so often, and then like turns away.
What?
It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
I mean, it's clearly not.
Yeah,
I did not lick the mimic. I will admit to you, I thought about it.
He turns like bright blue and goes, "No, that's not." Look, if I admit what my thoughts are, then it will ruin everything, and I don't. Don't worry about it.
Well, now I'm gonna panic about it. I'm just letting you know, but okay.
The fuck, the world's about to end. You just look really cute when you laugh. Like, I'm fucking done! And he, like, runs out of the room.
Eamon's divine sense is just going off, and he says to no one in particular, "Man, real smooth."
He has a divine sense for people goofing.
Yes. Did I stutter?
I don't think that's how paladin powers work, but sure.
I love it.
Zelfine has completely 404'd, and if anybody happens to walk by the kitchen area, like, imagine you walk by for a second and Zelfine's just kind of like wiping off a plate, and you come back several minutes later and you see, it appears that she is wiping off the exact same plate, and that's because she is.
I think that Brim probably would, like, he'd offer to clean up everybody's plates and stuff, so he's, like, coming with, like, people's dishes. Hey, Zelfine, you good?
Huh?
You can... Listen, I think that that's a design on the plate. I don't think that's gonna come out. It looks like an owl. An owl bear.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not dirt. I think you got that one pretty clean.
Okay. She doesn't put it down. She keeps going.
You gonna put it down?
What?
Brimstone kind of snaps in her face a little bit, like, "Hey, you."
She's
Hello?
She's gonna shake her head a little bit, and then she's gonna. She will set the plate down. She's just like, sorry, I just. Did anything seem weird about dinner to you? Was that?
You hear a small chuckling from upstairs.
I feel like maybe it's just me. I feel like with Saoirse, I'm like taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Is that just me?
I mean, honestly, the read that I've been getting is that she finds it endearing, so I think you're fine.
Hey, but like, there are certainly things about myself that, like, I admit aren't exactly, like, the best. I mean, we had a whole conversation about, like, me being shirtless for a while, and, like, I got pretty, like, I kind of realized some shit about myself in the midst of that conversation, but it just came down to the fact that, yes, I did have my titties out for, like, 2 years.
I mean, considering all of the things that you could have done, like, I think being tits out is fine, honestly. Are you, like... You didn't get any, like, weird vibes about dinner, like, the actual food? Like, nothing, like, I don't know, hallucinogenic or anything?
Can I insight check Zelfine?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Hold on. Let me... Oh, hell yeah. That's a 12.
She seems like she's being overly cautious, but you kind of like think back, and the food definitely had a unique taste to it.
I mean... But nothing hallucinogenic?
You don't see any hallucinations. So you don't know what she's seeing, but
You know, Estelle, I'm really glad we got this kind of arc done before, my friends start. Like, it was kind of obvious that they were all in their own weird romantic kind of situations, and I'm kind of glad we got it over with beforehand.
I mean, I like people that just are direct, they say what they want and they go for it.
But see, I was really worried about it, but look, like I said, we live in a dangerous profession. I hate to say it. There's always a chance you could be dead tomorrow when you're an adventurer. You gotta make your feelings known right away.
It's true. You'd never know what's gonna happen.
And I don't regret it.
I don't regret it either. I don't even regret falling on you.
Oh, Eamon remembers the prophecy from like the very start of the series. Like,
yeah.
oh, Grandma, you crafty bitch.
Brimstone will look at Zelfine and, like, he will think back and say, I don't recall anything specifically hallucinogenic. Why?
I don't know, I'm just pretty sure I'm, like, seeing and or hearing things that are not in fact real.
Like, give me an example.
Well, I seem to be under the misconception that I experienced the man who has arrested me for many, many murders. Saying that I looked cute when I laugh.
Brimstone folds his hands together, and he just kind of looks at her and, like, And
you notice that Percy is not in the room, and you, in fact, with your good hearing, can hear pacing back and forth in his study room.
That's the pace. That's the pacing of a man who put his foot in his mouth and maybe revealed too much tonight. I know that kind of pacing. And be nosy because I'm nosy. Haha. How did that make you feel?
Well, I have not left this spot since it happened.
So you're not exactly whatever you're feeling hasn't really had the chance to be met with other outside stimuli yet, is what you're saying.
I have not gotten that far. Yes.
Okay.
I set forth to finish the task I was on before processing that, and she's gonna look at the plate again and say, Yeah, I didn't get past that.
Delphine, how many people in your life have told you that you look cute when you laugh?
She's going to put up a hand and think a moment and put out one finger. And then
This is including what just happened.
She's going to pause and think real hard. Put up a second finger. And then she's going to hold up those 2 fingers to Brimstone.
And if I can ask, was your reaction the first time this happened much the same?
Reggie.
She thinks about it a moment. And then she nods.
Okay, so this is par for the course for you. I see.
As you can see, Estelle, this stray dog has been following me this entire day.
Puppy!
Don't know why. I've named him Reggie.
He is very barky downstairs.
Bless him.
Well, here's what I'm going to tell you, Delphine. I got nothing for you. I wish I had some advice for you. I
Good
don't.
talk. Appreciate it.
But I will say, for what it's worth, if you feel like this is the thing that you need to clear the air about, probably better to do that sooner rather than later. Given that, we might be trying to stop the apocalypse tomorrow. So, like, if you feel like this might prevent you from doing what we're doing tomorrow in an effective and, survivable manner, you might want to sort it out. But then, to be fair, it also might just make you more confused. And make him more confused. So, for what it's worth, though, he is pacing his room right now, and thinking really hard, I think. And, so, he's probably going to be distracted either way.
Well... Fine. And she's just gonna kind of head past him and head into the study.
Yeah, you creak the door open and you see him pacing back and forth. This serious.
Did she still have the plate? I hope she still has the plate.
No, she did put the plate down. She
Okay.
probably still has the rag she was wiping it with.
Yeah.
But she put the plate down.
And yeah, you hear him mumbling to himself, "Stupid, you're stupid, Silverton, you're stupid, you're a moron, stupid, can't even, you're not supposed to fall in love with the Viper!" And he stops and pulls on his hair and then realizes you're in the door, and then goes, "Ugh."
Brimstone is going to
looks
very
away.
calmly make himself a cup of coffee and sit down on the couch outside of the study and say nothing and keep his ears open.
Did Zelphine hear all of that muttering?
Yeah.
Brimstone did too, yes?
Yeah, of course he did. He's got good hearing. He's got those dog ears.
Zelphine was standing in the door looking like she was about to walk inside the study, and she's going to very calmly just close the door and step back out.
You hear a...
Brimstone is going to look at Zelphine and Brimstone is going to look at Zelphine and raise an eyebrow.
She's gonna turn around, and she's gonna... Is Saoirse still down there as well?
I think she was in the dining room just sitting, and she's just heard a lot of things happening, and is just kind of sitting there with her fingers laced on the table, I think I need to stay here until things resolve.
Zelphine is going to point at Brimstone and say, your advice is trash. She's gonna point at Saoirse, help.
Princeton will shrug and say, "Listen, I just told you. Might as well just rip the bandage off." And then
No,
he will
you
go
told
upstairs.
me you had no help for me, and you are correct, sir.
Perhaps you should talk about it and clear the air, and if nothing else, agree to never speak of it again. So that way neither of you is anguishing. Outwardly, at least.
Let's keep all that anguish inside.
It's worked so far for me.
Now that I can do. And she's going to go back to the door of the study, and Percy will see her, like, open the door and, like, very quickly step in and close it, like she's looking like she's trying to keep herself from backing out of it again.
Yeah.
Like she has now trapped herself in the room.
You notice now that he's actually behind the couch, kind of like curled up.
Just on the floor in the fetal position.
Yeah. Well, he's not in the fetal position, but he's like on kind of sitting on his feet, basically, like curled up, so almost fetal, but not like flopped on his side. Sonic Spinball style. And he's just sitting there, his tail thumping angrily on the floor. You gonna come in and tell me I'm an idiot?
Why did you say that?
Because I'm an idiot. I don't know. And then he like pauses for a second and jumps up and then gets right up into your face and pulls something out of his pocket. And it's a little vial of herbs that was labeled the good stuff. And he goes, Did your fucking little critter put this on my food, didn't he? I don't know what this is. What is it? And
Sophie's she's gonna take the vial and gonna inspect it. Would she know what it is? Is there a thing she can roll to see if she knows what it is?
Roll nature.
That depends. Is it from Eamon or Tony?
It's from Tony.
The other little friend. That's a nat 20.
Yeah, you look at this and go, oh shit. Because this is, you realize, this is what Tony considers the good shit. It is an herb that when you mix it with food and ingest it, it makes you spill the truth without even thinking about it. It's basically a truth-telling stuff that he uses to try and trick people into telling him secrets.
I mean, yeah, this is Tony's, but no, this can't, in fact, possibly be what he gave you.
I found it in my spice jar.
Okay, but see, this is made from Tongue of Madness, and this is what he uses to force adventurers into telling him, like, truths and secrets and things, but, like...
And he pulls on his face.
But, like, that's not what you did, so that can't be what this is, so... I don't know what the fuck your problem is.
Ugh! And he, like, kind of curls up again.
Because this makes people say true things.
Well, you're a fucking idiot! And he, like, curls up even further and, like, has his fingers on his forehead and goes, I'm an idiot. You're an idiot. We're all idiots. I go, ugh! And he, like, stops for, like, a second to catch his breath and goes... and gets back up and looks you at you dead in the eye and goes, no, this idiot put that in there, didn't he?
I mean, but, like, no, like I said, that doesn't make any sense because you'd be saying things that are true and, like, the things that you have said are not.
Wow, that's really hurtful.
I mean, you didn't come out right and say it, but like I know that you hate me. Like that's not an unknown thing to me.
Point of
I get
order,
it.
was this something that went on all of our foods or
Yeah.
just Percy's? Oh no. Good.
FYI, anybody who ate the food, you now feel compelled to tell some the
Spill some hot goss.
Yep.
Ah.
To wrap up loose character ends.
Yeah.
Technically speaking, I think if this is working under like Tongue of Madness, you are compelled to speak the thoughts that you have, and they have to be like true things.
Yeah.
So it is still like you still have some autonomy over what you want to come out of your character's mouth, but
Yeah. It's
play
not
with that as you will.
And he just like frowns and looks at you. I'm supposed to hate you. How am I supposed to hate you, though? You're not the viper I built up in my head. I'm not supposed to think like this. I'm not supposed to feel this. And yet, you're there making those sarcastic comments, and my heart skips a beat. I don't know what I'm thinking. I don't know why I'm feeling this way. But you're not the Viper anymore. So I can't hate you for that anymore. I don't know, okay?
I mean, I don't really understand, because, like, she's just gonna... This is the room where he's got all the stuff on the wall, correct?
Yep.
She's gonna turn around and look at it and just... I mean, I still hate me for it, so...
Of course you would. Like I said, I'm not supposed to feel this way, but you being here these last few days, it's... I don't know. Like I said, I'm being stupid. You save my life, I save yours, and then suddenly my feelings are all jumbled up in just like my wall here. Your friends care for you a lot, and I can see that you care for them too, and I don't know. You're all I could think about before is the Viper, and now all I can think about is you, and I don't know what to make of that. The world's ending, and all I can think of is about your eyes. Fuck. Did it. And he just goes and, like, bangs his head into the wall for a second. I'm a loser.
Brimstone is going to, from the couch, kind of go like, I mean, like, damn man, I just care a lot about what she thinks about me. I'm not banging my head against the wall about it.
The door's closed.
No, but Saoirse might have heard.
Saoirse says nothing.
Selphine stands there for a minute and kind of looks at the floor and says, I always hated my eyes.
You shouldn't. They're nice.
My mom named me Goldie to make fun of them, so I don't guess I ever got over that.
Sting me through the heart with something else, Stone. Well, she's not here anymore. Fuck her. Look, I don't know. For all I know, we could all be dead tomorrow. So, take that as you will, but I want to find a way to help you. You can't make your crimes go away. I know that. We all know that. But we can work to stopping the Zentarum from doing anything else. We can wrap all this up. We can... I don't know. If it makes you feel better, just forget everything I said and... can go back to pretending I hate you.
I don't think it would.
No, I suppose it wouldn't. Look. I told you I don't know what's going to happen, but I can't worry about that right now, I guess. So, yeah, that's how I feel. That's... If it makes you feel any better, you can sleep in another room if you want. If I make you... Oh, God, I'm gonna make you uncomfortable. This whole situation... I'm an idiot! And he goes and grabs his head again.
You're not an idiot. I should have known better with Tony and warned you a little bit more about underneath his goofball act. Which, to be fair, is still a goofball, just a little more mischievous. I don't know what to do with people saying things like that. I still don't know what to do with it when I hear things from the others about, being family or important to them or any of that other nonsense. I don't take nearly as long to get attached to people as I like to pretend, but I have a hard time seeing what my place is in all of that. What I could be to anyone else. Because I don't usually feel like it's a lot.
I don't know, it seems like you mean an awful lot to them. And you're really something, alright? Just... Again, the world could end tomorrow. This could all be mute. But you're more precious than you think you are. You have a great smile, great laugh. People rely on you. You're good in a fight. You went and bought me all my books back. Like, come on.
I mean, what was I supposed to do? Just let him destroy half your library?
I don't know. If I was a halfway decent cop, none of you people would be even in my house. So what do I know? But you're important. Don't be an idiot.
No, it's too late for that.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Guess we could be idiots together. At least for a little bit. And I know you're uncomfortable with... I'm uncomfortable, hell. But we're what we got for now. You and the rest of those weirdos. I'll be weirdos in the corner.
I mean, I guess if we're laying it all out there, I've been uncomfortable for a while.
Yeah, I could tell. And I word vomit. Even at the best of times. Regardless of if I have weird truth-telling goop in my salad.
I like the word vomit.
That's hilarious. Look, I'm gonna shut up for a while and just sit by the fire. Because I've just been talking myself in circles. You can do what you want, I guess.
I mean, that's the thing, though. I mean, pretty much since we've met, I've enjoyed your company far more than I know than I should. I have no business with that, but...
I mean, you say that, but look at me. How am I supposed to... I'm not supposed to fall in love with a suspect. Never mind someone who admits it all to be. We're just two very awkward people right now.
I mean, I'm awkward all of the time, and I'm gonna venture to guess you probably are too, but yeah, it is an odd position to be in. You know, caring so much about the person who, was probably gonna take you to jail and see you executed.
Mm-hmm. Love works in ridiculous ways, and I don't know how to handle it. I've never known how to handle it well. God, I don't even know if this is... Oh, fuck. Open my mouth again. Look. Whatever this is, whatever we feel for each other, it's there, whether we want it or whether it's... Oh, God. It's there. And I don't know what to do about it right now. So let's forget that we need to do anything about it. Okay?
She's gonna stand kind of awkwardly by the door and, do I need to give you some space?
And he just kind of pauses and looks at the fire and then back at you and goes, you can... I would actually prefer if you stayed.
She's gonna raise an eyebrow to keep an eye on me.
Keep an eye on me. Jeez. I've been around you long enough to know you won't run. It's me I'm scared of.
Are you gonna run?
I don't know.
We wouldn't blame you if you did, to be quite honest.
This whole thing is just one thing after another. But I'm in it now. Might as well see it to the end.
She's gonna hesitate for a moment, but then she will go sit down next to him.
You should put him on the couch. There. So you're sitting next to each other. And he just kind of sits there and is quiet for some time in the evening. And yeah, cutaway. Anybody else want to do anything else?
Brimstone is going to, after they kind of sit and chill, he's going to walk over into the kitchen and go, well, I just eavesdropped on the conversation I probably shouldn't have eavesdropped on, but I'm not going to tell anybody about what I heard about.
Eamon and Estelle are gonna go make out somewhere.
Okay.
How does Susha
I'm upset
respond
Riley
to that?
hasn't knows.
Say again.
How does Susha respond?
She just kind of shrugs, like, probably best to leave them to their privacy.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't about to like burst in there, or Vivari, you two have feelings.
Another case
No.
cracked.
No, yeah, I think whatever they end up doing, as long as it makes them happy,
Agreed.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if, you wouldn't have heard, Tony put some stuff in the food that makes us, that might compel us to just sort of blurt things out, so, like...
Ah. Unfortunate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, if you, like, if there's anything that you might need to, like, keep locked up, and Brimstone will, like, kind of look at himself, and he's gonna sort of start blushing slightly and go, I'm gonna go, turn in for the night before I say anything.
All right. Get some rest.
Yeah, you're still gonna be, staying here with us?
I have nowhere else to go.
I mean, that's not really true. Don't you have your own place out there somewhere, or?
I was staying at a different inn, but my home is gone.
Not that, not that we don't want you here or anything, like, we... Right, I'd forgotten.
She's just sort of staring at him, like, wide-eyed and expectant.
Did you want to hang out or talk about or anything?
Yes and no. There are so many things I never get to talk about with people, but it's better if I just don't.
I mean, better for who, you know? I mean, is it better for you or better for people around you or
Both, in some ways.
well, I mean, for what it's worth, if you want to just talk about stuff, you know, I wouldn't mind just sitting and talking, you know, and if that'd be uncomfortable, you know, I totally get it, but like, I mean,
Maybe some other time. And you can see her eyes are kind of over bright.
okay, I won't push it or anything, but you know, I mean, you always got my ear if you needed for anything.
I appreciate that. Now, I thought we were going to bed before we said anything foolish.
Right.
Good night, Brimstone.
Good night, Saoirse. And he's just gonna make his way to bed.
And I think that's where we're actually going to end it for tonight. Good night, everybody.
Yeah. Good night.
Good night, Brimstone.
Good night, everybody. Oh my
Good night.
Good night, Eamon. Good night, Riley. Good night, Tony.
Good night.
Good night, Estelle.
Good night, Moon.
Good night.
Good night, Maggie.
Good night. Woo!
Good night. Good night, Zariel.
No.
Good night,
Good,
Radiant.
good
Ariel does not get a
night.
Good night, Auntie Lilac.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes,
Aw,
good night.
Auntie Lilac.
When did you get here?
Bad night,
The whole
Terrell.
time.
Have nightmares, Terrell. Have bad nightmares.
All right.
Bye.
Goodbye for real, though.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.